The ground just moved. Not much, just a little. Like the earth took a breath beneath your feet and held it. You stop walking. You look around. Nobody else seems to notice. The man selling bread at the corner keeps shouting his price. Children are laughing somewhere down the street. A dog trots past without a care in the world. You tell yourself it was nothing. You are wrong. It is the morning of August 24th, 79 AD. You are standing in Pompeii, one of the most beautiful, most alive cities in the Roman world. The streets are made of stone. The walls are painted in deep red and gold. The smell of fresh bread and sea salt hangs in the warm air. Somewhere nearby, a fountain is running. It never stops running. Water flows through this city like blood through a body. You are a merchant. You have a small shop just off the main road, the Via dell'Abbondanza. You sell olive oil and dried fish. You have lived here your whole life. You have a wife, 2 sons, a dog named something you've never bothered to translate into Latin.
Fresh bread. Get your
You are
hot bread
happy.
here.
Not rich, not powerful,
Olives and figs,
but happy.
finest in the city.
And today feels like any other day. The sun is already hot by mid-morning. It always is in August. Your neighbors fan themselves in doorways. Women carry water jugs on their heads. Slaves move quickly through the streets, arms loaded with goods for their masters. Pompeii has 20,000 people, and right now, almost all of them are awake, moving, living. But the fountain near the Forum has slowed down. You barely notice it. Water pressure drops sometimes. It happens. You dip your cup in anyway, and you drink. You don't know that deep beneath you, something has been building for weeks. The ground has been shaking on and off since early August. Small tremors, nothing serious. Vesuvius, the great green mountain that watches over your city from the north, has been silent for hundreds of years. People grow crops on its slopes. They make wine from its rich volcanic soil.
Some of the best wine in the empire comes from those hills.
Nobody fears it. Nobody even remembers what it is. Nobody alive, anyway. By noon, the air feels strange, heavy. Like a storm is coming, but the sky is clear and blue and perfect. You can't explain it. Your dog has been sitting by the door all morning, not eating, not sleeping, just staring at the mountain. You kick him gently and tell him to move.
Did you see the poster?
He
Hillary
doesn't.
is fighting.
Inside the bathhouse down the road, men are relaxing in the hot pools, laughing, gossiping about politics in Rome. A gladiator fight is scheduled for tomorrow at the amphitheater. The whole city is already talking about it. Posters have been painted on walls across town. You can see one from your shop. Red letters, 2 fighters, the crowd already excited. Life in Pompeii is good. Life in Pompeii is loud, and warm, and full. Then, just after midday, a deep groan moves through the earth. Not a small shake this time. The walls of your shop crack at the corners. Dust falls from the ceiling. The jars of oil rattle on their shelves. You grab the doorframe. Your heart pounds. The sound is like something buried trying to push its way out. It lasts only seconds. Then it stops. People step into the street, looking at each other. A few nervous laughs. Someone says the gods are angry. Someone else says it's just an earthquake. They happen. Pompeii has survived earthquakes before. A bad one hit in 62 AD, and the city rebuilt itself, stronger than before. Beautiful mosaics, fresh plaster, new fountains. Pompeii always bounced back. But then you look at the mountain. A thin column of smoke is rising from the top, gray and white, twisting slowly in the still air. It doesn't look dangerous. It almost looks beautiful, like a signal fire. People point at it. Some stare. Most go back to their business. You stare a little longer than most. By early afternoon, the column has grown. It is no longer thin.
It is thick and dark and rising fast, impossibly fast, pushing upward like it's being forced out of the earth under enormous pressure. It spreads at the top like the trunk of a pine tree branching out above the clouds.
What is that?
The shape is
Where did it
enormous.
come from?
It blots out the sun on one side of the city. A strange shadow falls over the streets.
What is happening?
Now
Where
people
do we
are
go?
scared. Not panicking
Does
yet,
anyone know
but
the way
scared.
out of here?
My
You can
children.
hear it in the voices
Where are
around
my
you.
children?
Questions with no
Please,
answers.
protect
Where
us.
should we go? What does this
Why
mean?
is this
Is this the
happening?
end?
Have
Someone
mercy
runs
on
past
us.
you crying. An old woman drops to her knees in the street and starts praying. You go home. Your wife meets you at the door. Her face tells you she already knows something is wrong. Your youngest son is clinging to her lead. Your older boy, 15, almost a man, is standing in the courtyard looking at the sky. His face is pale. You put your arm around him and tell him it will be fine. You don't believe it. The ash starts falling around mid-afternoon. At first, it is soft, light gray flakes drifting down like dirty snow. You hold out your hand and catch some. It's warm. It smells like sulfur, sharp and bitter, like something burned deep underground. You've never smelled anything like it before. People tie cloths around their faces. The streets are filling up with ash. An inch already, maybe more. It crunches under your sandals. And then the rocks start
Gods
falling.
are angry. Run
Not
for your
rocks like
lives.
boulders, pumice, light, porous stone raining down from the sky. Small at first, the size of your fist, but they fall hard and fast, and there are thousands of them, and they don't stop. The sound is extraordinary, a constant roar above you. The sky has turned yellow, then orange, then a darkness that isn't night. It is the middle of the afternoon and you cannot see the sun. Rooftops are beginning to collapse under the weight of the ash and pumice. You hear them fall, one, then another, then a third somewhere close. A scream cuts through the noise, someone trapped. You can hear people calling for their families through the darkness. Names shouted over and over into the noise and the falling stone.
Marcus!
You make a
Please
decision.
answer me. Julia!
You grab what you
Where
can,
are you?
a small bag, some coins, a piece of bread. Your wife wraps the boys in cloaks and you move. Out into the street where hundreds of other people are doing the same.
Don't look back.
Some are heading south toward the sea. Others are heading east, away from the mountain. Some people aren't moving
This
at
way,
all.
south.
No,
They have
Hades,
locked
it's
themselves
open.
inside
We
their
have to go
homes,
now, hurry.
hoping it will pass. The street is chaos. People pushing, animals running wild. A horse breaks free and disappears into the ash clouds, screaming. A man falls, and no one stops to help him.
Quickly! Get out of
You
the
pull
way!
your sons
The ash
close.
is coming.
You
We
keep
have to move
moving.
faster. Help me, please.
The ash is up to your ankles now. Every breath burns a little. You hold a cloth to your face and breathe through it, but the air still tastes like fire. Then comes the sound. You have never heard anything like it. A sound so deep and so loud, it doesn't just enter your ears, it enters your chest. Your ribs vibrate. The ground shakes so violently you fall to one knee. All around you, people stop, frozen, because something has changed. Something has broken open inside the mountain. The eruption column, already 15 miles high, has partially collapsed. A wave of superheated gas and ash and rock is racing down the mountain slopes at 300 miles per hour. A burning cloud that incinerates everything it touches. You can't outrun it. Nobody can. The cloud hits Pompeii at over 200 degrees. In an instant, in one single moment, the city stops. Not slowly, not gradually, in a heartbeat.
God, please save
The
us.
conversations end. The prayers end. The screaming ends. The city is frozen. Not with ice, but with heat, with ash, with the sudden, total silence that follows the loudest thing you have ever heard. And then there is nothing, just ash. The mountain continues erupting for hours. More ash, more pumice.
Layer after layer, burying streets, burying buildings, burying the fountains and the posters and the half-eaten loaves of bread still sitting in the bakeries. Burying the dog you kicked this morning. Burying everything. By the next morning, Pompeii is gone. Not damaged, not destroyed in the way fire destroys a building, leaving rubble and walls. Gone. Buried under 20 feet of volcanic material. Erased from the surface of the world so completely that within a few generations, people will argue about where the city even was. For 1,700 years, Pompeii sleeps under the ground. Then, in 1748, workers digging near Naples strike something hard. A wall. Then a street. Then a room.
Chariot ruts are quite deep.
And then, the part that will stop everyone who hears it cold.
The fresco work is
They find
magnificent.
the people.
Dear God.
Not bones. Not just bones. The ash that buried Pompeii preserved the shape of every body it covered. The hollow outlines of men,
It's heartbreaking,
women,
really.
children, animals, left behind in the hardened volcanic material like perfect molds.
Okay, switching to the brushes.
Archaeologists
We have the
learned to
shoulder
pour
here.
plaster into those hollows to reveal the shapes inside. And what they found was unbearable. A mother curled around her child. A man covering his face with his arm.
The detail
Two people
is
holding
extraordinary.
hands.
Look at the
They
expression.
weren't trying to be remembered. They were just trying to survive. And in the ash and the
Remarkable.
silence, time stopped for them. Their last moments, the fear, the love, the instinct to protect the person next to you, frozen and preserved for
Fresh
nearly
fish.
2,000 years, until strangers with shovels dug them out of the dark and
Finest
showed them
pottery
to the
in
world.
Pompeii.
More than 1,000 bodies have been found so far. Archaeologists believe thousands more are still buried, still waiting, still frozen in their last moment, beneath the streets of a city that was alive one day and gone the next. Pompeii is the most perfectly preserved disaster in human history. But Pompeii wasn't the only city erased in a single day. Across the Mediterranean, another civilization, ancient, powerful, and completely forgotten, was swallowed by the sea in a matter of hours. No ash, no mountain, just water, and almost no trace left behind. That story is next.